I'm back for another video. I really like making these things. They are quite a lot of work, but they're fun, and I'm getting reacquainted with all of my equipment, my camera equipment, my DJI equipment, just a lot of stuff. So anyway, right now I'm working on what is this? Fairy Queen? No. What's the name? Spring Fairy. It's this one right here. I'm working on that, and she's been neglected because I've been kitting up another canvas, the Nefertiti, and then I got some other deliveries, and I was so excited. Anyway, so this is her cardigan. Hope you can see it. Yeah, I think if I hold it there you can see it. And it's a bronze. Yeah, and Nefertiti was a bronze too. Alright, so over here is where I have all of my kitting up. My camera's not going to follow me there, so I'll have to show you that in a picture. So now don't laugh at my setup, but this is my magnifier, and I have it attached to a cookbook because I cannot see this stuff. Okay, so a girl got to do what a girl got to do. So I'm just going to place my magnifier where it needs to be. I'm working on the right hand corner, bottom right hand corner. So let's see, what do I need? Oh, and this thing here, I don't know, it doesn't stay up for some reason. I don't know, but I don't want to look like a total goofus. So I should have had this all done before I started recording, right? Right? Wait, I'm learning as I'm going, okay? So don't be mad. All right, so, oh, I like to call this one the anchor. So let's see, the anchor, and I should have had this pulled out. I worked with the anchor before, but I don't remember what number it was. So let's see, the anchor. Where are you, anchor? Anchor. See, this is the reason why, I mean, I'm still new to all of this, and I'm sure y'all got this. Okay. This is the reason why I like to do my kitting up by color code, because it just makes it so much easier to find everything. Where's the anchor? Look at this, number 96. Boy, oh boy. So let's see, my 96s are, I don't know where 96 is, because this is not in order. 96, is this 96 here sitting down? Look at that. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know why this thing keeps cutting off. Alright, so anyway, here's number 96. It's the anchor. It's a greenish color. Ooh, wow, there's a lot of those in here. I'm gonna need a tray to spill some out, because I see that this could be a disaster. So let's pour some of 96, the anchor. Let's see, do I know any songs about anchors? No. Let's pour some into the big tray here. That's a pretty color. Perfect. Can you see that? Almost perfect. All right. So, anyway, let's talk about who I am my story. My name is Lisa. The name of my channel is Stitches, Sprinkles, and Sass. And the reason why I gave it that name was because stitches represent, oh shoot, really? Oh, okay. I gotta go down a little bit further. I wasn't as high up as I thought I was. Stitches represents my love of knitting, sewing, and crocheting. My mother was a seamstress. She was a wonderful seamstress. She used to love to sew. My grandmother is the one who taught me how to knit and crochet. And so, I'm a little bit bummed because this is not really what I needed. So let's see, my line goes right there. Alright, so done with that. Not prepared. So, and then my mother loved to paint. She wasn't good at it at all. But when she retired, she was looking for something. I don't know why this camera keeps turning off, so that's the reason why there's all these stops and starts. This is how this Osmo, I think it's called Osmo, how it works. So anyway, let's see. I need the sword. No, that's not enough. I need the little pencil looking thing. Okay, so that is, what number is that? Well, here's 99, which is the sword. I think I need to stop and get this organized because I'm not organized, but luckily I'm finding them quickly, but I gotta organize it better. Like I said, I'm gonna organize it by color. So anyway, my grandmother taught me how to crochet and how to knit. So my grandmother and my mother are the reasons why I'm called Stitches. Sparkles is of course because of my newfound love for diamond painting. And Sass because I can be a sassy hot tamale when I want to be. I got a mouth on me. Not that I use profanity or anything, but I say what's on my mind. And so that's a nice segue into one of the things I wanted to talk about. Even though I have a new channel, I do feel the need to talk about something that I've noticed happens on YouTube. Now, we live in a capitalist society, right? Which means that we are competitive. And, you know, it's like, may the best man win, but we try to take care of our brother and sister, right? But what I'm noticing on YouTube, not only in the diamond painting community, but in others, like in just the arts period, journaling, knitting, and all of that, there's this fierce competition to have the most subscribers, the most views, the most everything. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not what I'm about. I'm about enjoying this craft. This is meditative for me. This is something to fill up my days since I've retired. And as you can see, I'm going slowly and intentionally. I am a single placer. I started trying to do multiple placing because I felt like I just needed to hurry up and get the thing done. And I'm like, no, Lisa, there's so much more to diamond painting than that. But yet, when I watch videos, I feel like I need to buy the most canvases, try to get my hands on the latest new release, get the most canvases done, have fancy schmancy video skills, and that was quickly burning me out. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm just going to have fun with my newfound craft. So I'm going back to what I said initially, slowing it down. In my first video, my welcome video, I said that I needed to slow down because I was still in work mode. And it's hard for me to get out of that. So I'm slowing down. I'm not buying any more canvases. I must have about maybe 15, 20 canvases, and I know that there are some people that have a stash. I don't have a stash. I just have a few canvases. But I'm not, like, I got a notification that there was some new canvases coming out on Diamond Art Club. And you know, that's great. It's exciting. And most of the new releases I like and I want. But 30 seconds later, to get my bearings together, it sold out. And I was like, you know what? Okay, this is the marketing strategy that they have chosen, and it works. And you know what? I have a business degree in marketing, so I get it. You got to do what works because, like I said, we're a capitalist society, and we're about making the money, making the Benjamins. So I get that. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm older and I'm wiser, and I realize that there's so much more to life than keeping up with the Joneses and trying to beat out the Joneses. So I'm just living in the moment, and I'm enjoying life. And you know, if I'm one of the cool diamond painters, great. And if I'm not, that's great too. But I'm going to do me, and I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm not going to let anything rob me of my diamond painting joy. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. Okay, now if you're of a certain age, you get that joke. But anyway, yeah. So, my videos are not going to be sleek and polished. They might be eventually, but for now, no. They're just not going to be. This is it. This is what you're going to get right here. Okay, so, and I don't know what that looks like with me looking down on this. I must be looking like some kind of Poindexter, but I can't see it. And I tried to do an overhead shot, but all you see is my fingers. You don't see what I'm dipping into and, you know, what I'm placing. So I'm like, you know what, no, not gonna happen. So this will be how I work on it. All right, so let's see. Do y'all make names for your symbols? Like I have the down arrow, ace of spades, right corner, left corner, triangle, anchor, flower, sword, puppy dog tails. This thing looks like 21 if you look at it from here. And if you're on the other side, it looks like 12. SR, lowercase a, water, which is the squiggly lines. Okay, when you see me doing this, it's because I'm gesturing to my camera and I want it to follow me, and so it's probably not going to cut out. But I'm trying to find the dang on. Here it is, number 20. Okay. So let's see. Now, there it is, where it's supposed to be. Alright, that's another green. I'm getting a little tired of the greens. I think I'm going to spill some of this out into the bigger tray. Okay. Ooh, look at how nice and neat that came out. See that? That came out nice and neat. But there's still that one came out nice and neat. I don't know why that's a thing for me, because I like chaos, order and not chaos. I just like the way it lines up. There's so much about diamond painting that is so interesting. You know what? I'm learning about coloring by doing diamond painting. I'm learning about shading and that drawing, painting, and all of that is not about just one color. You know, I had that kindergarten mentality. Okay, the roses are red, so let's color it red. But the roses are red, and then they have shades, and they have hues, and all of that. And I'm picking up on that as I do my diamond painting. So I just find the whole thing fascinating. I find art fascinating. I was just talking to my son. He was in Brooklyn. We live in Charlotte. He went to visit his sister, and they went to the Brooklyn Museum of Art, and he sent back some pictures of a display, an art display. And I was telling him, I remember going there with my mom to see the Monet, what do you call it? Not a show. I can't think of it, but we went to see Monet. And that, you know, such good memories. My mother made sure that she exposed me and my brother to all the good things in life and to culture and society. And she was very much into art. She tried her hand at painting. She wasn't good at it at all, but she was a great seamstress. And so I have this love for art. And when I was working, I couldn't really do anything with my love of art because I was so busy working. And I used to always say, oh, I can't wait to retire. I'm really going to engross myself in art. And so here I am. And this is not classical art, but it's an art form. And it's teaching me a lot. It's teaching me about color and pattern, and all those wonderful things. So it's teaching me about the importance of focusing, because when I was working, we were told that we had to multitask in order to get everything done. And now I can just focus on one thing at a time. I don't have to multitask anymore. But anyway, so who am I? My name is Lisa. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I lived in Brooklyn, New York for the first 37 years of my life. Then I moved to South Carolina. I fully engulfed myself in my career, which was education. I was a teacher for many years in the classroom. And then in the latter part of my career, I moved into administration. When I retired, I left South Carolina and I moved here to North Carolina to be near my son and my brother. Both my parents had passed, and so I made a new life here last November for Thanksgiving. I took the trip of a lifetime to Morocco, and I'm trying to find a canvas that I can do that exemplifies Morocco. I did see something on Dreamer Designs, and it was spices, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know, because you don't have purple. I mean, you don't have blue and pink spices. Well, you do have pink Himalayan salt, but they're not sparkly. But it did have like cinnamon sticks and starseed and all of that. So I'm thinking about getting that because Morocco is known for its spices and its leather. So I'm looking for something, a canvas that I can do to commemorate, that's the word I'm looking for, my trip to Morocco. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Morocco is nice, but I often ask myself, and this is going to be a controversial statement, but how is it that I was so lucky and blessed to be born here in America? That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, I'm going to Vegas in August. This will be my third trip in a year that I've been to Vegas, but I like the energy in Vegas. I wish I had gone like 20 years ago when it was still about the Rat Pack and all of that, because it's got a different kind of vibe to it. And even though I wasn't there 20 years ago, I can feel it. There's something different about it. But I like it. Anyway, Dreamer Designs, I hope I'm saying that right. They have a Las Vegas, or is it Dreamer Designs, or is it Diamond Art Club? I don't know, but anyway, I bought a canvas and it's all about Las Vegas. So I can't wait to get that started. So I want to get that, and then I want to get a flamingo canvas to commemorate my trips to Vegas. And I'm going to put all of these canvases in my craft room. I think that the canvases are a work of art, and I want to display them. And then there's like, I'm going to buy another Peggy Collins, but it won't be that one that I showed y'all in the last video. Oh, that's my son. He's landed. Okay, so that was my son. He made it back home safely, and tomorrow he has to go back to work. So anyway, let's see what's playing on. Oh, I'm looking at Monique Wrights. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. She does journaling and whatnot. She's inspirational. She's sassy. I think I'm sassy. Ooh, oh Jesus, she don't hold back. But like she said, she's a Leo. I lived with a Leo all my life. My mom was a Leo. Those are some hot tamales, y'all. Raw like a lion. But their roar is bigger than their bite because they have a heart of gold. My mother would give you the blood. Well, not really. But she would do everything for you to make sure that you were okay. But if she didn't like you, you were in trouble. And my father was the complete opposite. My father was very mellow and laid back. I don't know how the two of them got together, but they did. And they were married for a long time. And today is Father's Day, and I was posting a picture about my father and posted on Facebook. And the background music was Dance with My Father again. And I just kept playing it over and over and over again. It was like maybe 20 seconds of music. But family is important, y'all. Especially your parents, man. Relationships are what they are, and they're not going to be perfect. But when your parents are gone, everything is different. Everything is different, especially when mama goes. When daddy goes, and you feel the loss, but it's a different kind of loss. I can't really explain it. But my father's been gone for about 20 years now. Maybe 16 or 17 years. And his death is still as fresh as when he took his last breath. And I'm glad that I was there with him. My brother was there. And yeah. So family is a treasure. Because when family is gone, you gotta try and make it on your own. Or if you have a spouse, it's just not the same. I don't know, just not the same. I'm thinking about when we used to have family gatherings with the aunts and the uncles and the cousins. It was so fun. And it was so different because we didn't have all this technology. So we would sit outside in the yard or on the stoop if we were in the city, or on the terrace, depending on where you were. We had different families, different, and living in different spaces. Some lived in the country, some lived in Harlem, some lived in the Bronx, we lived in Brooklyn. We lived in a beautiful neighborhood. We lived in waterfront property in a place called Canarsie in Brooklyn. Oh man, back in the day, that place was wonderful. and my mother's bedroom looked over the waterfront. And we lived just a few minutes from JFK, so we would see the airplanes, would sit at the window and see the airplanes taking off. And that was back in the day when they had the supersonic, and it was so loud that all the car alarms would go off. But it did look like a bird. It was just like, that's just how it was made, just like that. And we would sit there, and we could just sit in the window and just see it go over the water. And it was Jamaica Bay, part of the Atlantic Ocean. And it was amazing. And people would come from all over Brooklyn, New York, the Bronx, well, not the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, just to come to the Jamaica Bay Pier. Oh man, wow, I just had flashbacks. Such good memories. Wow. And I'm not being dramatic. I felt that. I felt that memory, y'all. Look, life is short. Don't go around your whole life. I know people that are mad, chronically mad at everybody. Always mad. I'm like, what are you mad for? If they did you wrong, so forget about it. Move on. Just chronically mad. Oh, I'm not talking to so-and-so anymore. Well, what? That's how you're going to spend your life, being mad at people, man? Just move on. No, I'm not saying be a sucker and let people walk all over you and make you look stupid. I'm not saying that at all. But life is precious. You can't be spending your life being mad at everybody all the time. I'm not talking to so-and-so. Do you know how ridiculous you sound? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Life is a gift. It is sacred. Hey, y'all, how about those Knicks? Look at this past week we had. The war in Iran is somewhat over. The Knicks won. The Obama Center was open. Here in North Carolina and Raleigh, they had the parade for the Stanley Cup winner. It's been a wonderful week. And you know what, America, we needed that. I mean, I was in here jumping up and down and crying and carrying on because I could not believe the last two Knicks games. They were flipping amazing. I mean, those boys, both teams, they just played their hearts out. But it was not just the New York Knicks that won. It was a win for America as a whole. We needed that. Did you see the Obama Center opening ceremony? Oh my God. I posted it on Facebook when Jennifer Hudson sang to dream the impossible dream. Or when Stevie Wonder sang Higher Ground. I mean, it just stirred my soul. And I was like, oh, I felt so good. I just felt really good. I felt uplifted. And you know, that's what we need. We need that. We don't need to be fussing and fighting with everybody. We need to just, and I'm not naive and I'm not stupid, we need to just love on each other and live and let live and love each other. And that's why I always say at the end of every video, peace. I did this and I was trying to signal that I wanted the camera to move and it accidentally cut it off. So anyway, that's why at the end of my videos I can't put up the peace sign, but I always say peace and remember Jesus loves you. Because it's all about love, y'all. I'm telling you. Some of y'all are going to think it's corny. And yeah, be like, yeah, well, people are bad and people are corrupt and all that. Well, you know what? Yep. They are, but that doesn't mean you have to be. See, that's one of the beauties of getting older. You just start to realize what a waste of time all of that energy was. You know, just being angry, trying to be cutthroat. The world is abundant. The universe is abundant. There's more than enough for everybody. But you've got to find your path. I did it again, y'all. I got to stop putting up the peace sign because it keeps cutting me off. So, okay. I don't know why it's not moving now. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, you just got to find your path, and you got to find your way through life. Like, I'm making this video now. In the past, I'd have been like, oh, it's going to look so quiet. I have to look through a magnifying glass just to see the things. Well, you know what? It is what it is. And I'm not going to get all crazy because somebody might be laughing at me. I don't care. I'm getting it done. But stuff like that used to bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore. And when you get to be a certain age, I would say once you turn, I don't want to say because I don't want y'all to know how old I am, but it just comes a stage in your life where you're like, you don't need all that stuff that you thought you needed. You know what it was? When you're working, you're always in survival mode. And then when you stop working, and you've done everything that you could do to prepare for retirement, and you're no longer in survival mode, and you're throwing out all the stuff that you've collected, and you're like, why did I buy all that? Because stuff is energy, and energy is just the stuff that you put into acquiring things and doing things. So I'm spending my energy loving myself, loving my brethren, and just loving life. And so you know what? I think on that note, I'm going to bid you adieu and tell you, remember, Jesus loves you. Peace.